Bike and Ski, located in the Jackson Ski Touring Center in Jackson Village.
And welcome back. One of my favorite segments, White Birch Books Corner with Laura Cummings.
Hi there.
Good morning.
I bet you say that to everyone.
I don't. I do not say White Birch Book Corner with Laura Cummings to anyone else but you.
Okay. Okay.
But it's true. I love having you on because your store is one of my absolute favorite stores here in the Valley. Always has been. But you have come in, like, how long have you, when did you take over?
I have been there. I've owned the store now for over 10 years.
Wow,
it's
10
scary.
years. That was like at start of almost having babies and all this stuff.
Right. Yes. It was like,
ownership.
I remember when I bought it because Donna was like, oh, it'll be so easy. You'll be able to spend time at home. And
No.
I swear, the minute we passed papers, she looked taller and thinner, and I got a lot more gray hair. And but you know, it's been a great
Labor of love.
Yes,
For so many things in our lives, and this is one of them because you bring in things that you love, your customers love. And it's a wide variety of tastes. Right. Even in between employees and stuff.
Yes. And actually, that's a great segue to talk to you about these cool new things we found. My mother, who's a traveling fool, she went to New Zealand to visit a friend, and she found these knitting kits. So in this box is all the yarn you'll need to knit an entire scarf. And this is the fluffy one.
Fluffy.
And you can see it's different colors, and it's all graded. You never have to change yarn. You just knit, and you get this neat graded scarf. And this is the thinner one that you can either knit or crochet.
Oh, that's pretty yarn.
And again, they're different colors and everything. So she's like, these were, and I love the thing that comes in it. You don't have to worry about extra different yarn. You don't have to mix them and match them and everything. It's just this cool little box.
Now, who's going to teach me how to knit?
Well, that's the thing. Somebody said, so I could knit that. And I said, yeah, but you need to know how to knit. She goes, but you could knit it for me. I was like, okay.
No.
But they're great little kits. And so we got these from England. And
wait, I thought you said New Zealand.
Well, she found them in New Zealand.
Oh, but they're
but
from
then
the
I
UK.
found out they were from the UK. And so they shipped them over. And this is a kid's one. So you knit just a regular scarf, and then you attach the animal head and the animal feet.
That's so cute.
And so it's the cutest little thing.
I had to actually say that was a sheep.
Yes. And I do need to knit one of these for my little, in fact.
So you're a knitter.
I can knit.
Excellent.
I can knit. I find it's very good because you can't snack when you knit.
Ah.
You know, and
so you starve and knit.
But you can't
Sounds
read
like a great
when you knit. That's the one bad thing. But so we've got several different color options, and they're just a great present. Like, I love going into, I think knitters and readers are kind of all in the same vein, and I love going into a knit shop and finding kits because I want to do something kind of easy.
Yeah, well, that, and I think that genre, I think it's people that aren't afraid of quiet time.
Right.
So many people are like, always need something going. I'm fidgety. This is something great that it's quiet, it's a little meditative.
Yes, and it's so cool because it's just in the box. You don't ever take it out of the box. So you just knit it. The yarn just comes out of this little hole, and you just carry what you're doing in the box, and no mess, no fuss. You put it away when you're done.
All right, I'll order 2 of these.
Okay, and knitting lessons.
You have them done by Valentine's Day. Thank you very much. All right, so let's move on because did you have the release?
We did.
Yes,
we
on
did.
the 30th you had it.
January 30th.
Yep, and then she released it to the public on the 31st.
And I, from what I understand, she is now a #1 New York Times. So I don't know that the list has officially, I don't know when the list comes out, but she's #1.
Oh,
thanks to us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And her.
Lisa lives locally. It's such a great story. Wonderful writer, wonderful person.
Yes.
And you guys always have the exclusive.
We have so much fun with that event. We do it at Horsefeather, so it's a nice local mix. And she is so funny. She really gives kind of the behind the scenes, what she was thinking when she wrote it and why the different characters are there and everything. But she also gives us her little sneak peek about what's coming, what she's working on now. Yeah. So that's pretty fun.
I'm guessing this is a thriller.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
the title alone gives me the creeps.
Right behind
Yeah. Don't look behind you. I'm there.
Yes. That's about it. Well, it's kind of, she talks a little bit about the foster service for kids. And so the main character kind of is this young girl. She's about to be adopted by some of Lisa Gardner's older characters, an FBI profiler and Rainey Connor, who was a police officer. And, but you learn this story about her brother. So she hasn't had any contact with her brother since this incident happened in their childhood. And all of a sudden something happens and it all points to him. And she's like, the thing that happened, he had to do something.
Which you can't tell us, I'm
guessing. Well, I mean, then, it's morning.
Okay. Thank you.
But it was like he did it to protect her. So now these new things are like, did he diverge? Is he a bad kid?
Yeah. Or did he sacrifice himself to save her?
Or what happened? And so her future adoptive parents are thrown into this to protect her, and it's very twisty and turny.
All right.
In fact, Nicole at our office was at the bookstore was reading it, and she kept coming in. I think it's, and we're like, keep reading, because that's one thing Lisa does great well. Is like, you think you've got it, but you don't have it.
Excellent. And that you have these in stock.
We have those in stock and signed, which is very cool.
Yeah,
and
great gifts.
Yes, very good. And so with that also signed, we just had an event with her. So Stephanie Torles. Now, I know it says making love potions, and it does say aphrodisiac on the cover, but we don't want people to get too excited.
Wait, isn't that the point?
Yes, well, she was very adamant that the point is that these things just make you feel better. And so if you feel better, then I guess you're up for anything. But the idea is these are all made with real ingredients. You can make them at home.
Nice.
And, she had like lotions and powders and things of that nature and stuff like that.
Pumpkin pie spice body powder.
Right. Well, she is a longtime herbalist. She's also... I brought this little book of hers. This was on raw food. She did one on...
Is she like thin as a rail?
No, we thought she was like this total hippie, but
Yeah.
she was actually, she learned all these herbs from her grandfather, because her, he'd be like, oh, you're getting some acne here, let me put some stuff on.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Yeah, thanks for noticing. But anything that came up, he'd be like, oh, well, let's put this on, let's put that on. He just knew these things. So she has then distilled that into, she has a book on a naturally bug-free home, all those kind of things that we really should all know how to do.
Bug-free home?
Well, naturally bug-free, so like, we don't have bugs now in the dead of winter here, but like mosquitoes or ants or things like anything to get in your gardens and things like that.
Awesome. I love this.
Yeah, so that's a perfect, and good for any time, but also wonderful for Valentine's Day.
It does look Valentine's Day-y.
It does. It certainly does.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going to make my pitch, okay?
All right, I'm ready.
Valentine's, we always hear about candy, flowers, diamonds. Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
That's all fine. Go ahead, buy your candies, flowers, and diamonds. But there's nothing like a good book. I just read.
That was your pitch?
That was my pitch. I just read something like where somebody said, you know how guys buy women drinks at a bar? If I was at a bookstore and a guy offered to buy my book, that would go a lot further.
Then what do you do like as you're leaving? You're like, bye.
Well, I don't know. Maybe there's a love connection at the bookstore. So you never know. But yes. Right. Yeah, no, that would be creepy. But
let's move on.
Okay.
Bake. Show me some. I love cookbooks.
Well, I brought these cookbooks because it's the time of year for this. It just seemed, the comfort food time of year. So I brought this we have several soup cookbooks. And there's nothing like a good hearty stew, especially, with 5 inches of snow, a couple feet coming, whatever's coming our way. And this just looked, the cast iron cookbook with the, it just looks so meaty and yummy and everything like that. So we have lots of great cookbooks. These were just a couple I pulled off the shelf because I think I was cold and I was like, I want warm, yummy comfort food.
Yeah. All right, let's plug a couple more things. I don't want to run out of time.
Okay, we'll do one novel that I picked. Again, a wonderful gift for Valentine's Day, a thriller hey, this is I'm going to have a hard time connecting it to Valentine's, but anyway.
It's okay. Don't even.
Yeah, 4 best friends go on a river trip up in northern Maine, and you think, my first thought was like, okay, creepy guys are going to show up, creepy backwood Mainers, heard that story. It's like, enough already. But that's not what happens.
Is that a common theme that you see?
It's a stereotype, I guess. There's always creepy backwoods people, whichever state you're in. But in this case, it's a completely different creep factor. And these 4 women who have been friends for a long time, but have very different levels. And it's funny because when you think about friends, like if you go out in a group, there's always like these 2 have known each other longer, and these 2 have more in common, and this is the shyer one, and this is the more annoying one. So the 4 of them, and you really get to know their personality quirks as they're really tested on this river. And I really got into it by the end, and maybe you could, I don't know, Valentine's, read it together. Yeah, put a bow on it. Honey, I think you like this one of Women in Distress.
All right, do you want journals?
Journals.
Valentine's specific stuff there?
Well, of course we have Valentine's things, but I'll just hold up a couple pretty journals because this was my other Valentine's idea. Okay. So it's going to snow a lot, right?
Yes.
A lot of people used to in the day, number one, they would keep their weather journals so you could go back and look or whatever, or they could write like, I shoveled 20 times today and you didn't, or something. Anyway, journals are fun, and they don't all have to be like, you don't have to pour your feelings into them necessarily, but you can. These are very pretty journals, so you might want to, the very pretty. But I thought that would be a fun present for Valentine's, where you could, keep track of your daily life
that you share.
Exactly.
So you can,
exactly.
I love that.
So we have a lot of different ones. We have those. We have some nice leather ones. These are like, kind of the cool with the latch, and it's got this great like handmade paper and things like that.
Very cool.
You do much better with
Do you want to
holding.
do the, I know how to hide my non-manicured hands. Let's wrap it up with the daily affirmation of love. 365 days of celebration.
And actually this goes by date, so you could even read what today's is.
Really?
I think, it's not a terrible thing to have a daily affirmation, right?
It's a lovely thing. All right, what day are we on?
What
February
is today? 11th? The 11th.
All right, moving.
Yeah, or you could just...
No, we got to go for the 11th. You mentioned it, now we got to do it. Okay. February 11th. There are divine things more beautiful than words can tell. Walt Whitman.
Thank you, Walt. Thank you, Walt. So think if you read that every morning together and you just looked at each other and thought, or even not. And so I do also have to, I didn't even know I brought this, but this is just the coolest bag. Make trouble, read, read, read. Because,
we could use a lot of that.
We need some reading. We do need some reading.
Yes.
We are working we have some great science books. We have some great translated works. We have works from all over the world.
Get educated, stay educated.
It's time to read.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Laura, thank you so much. Always a pleasure. So much fun. Sorry we didn't get to everything. I think there was one on the corner.
That's okay. There's always more than we can talk about.
I know, but folks, you can find all these books plus all the cool stuff right there in the store. White Birch Books. You want to give location and hours?
Right. We're just south of the park, across from TD Bank. We're open 9:30 to 6 every day except for Sunday is 10 to 5. We're also open 24/7 at our website, whitebirchbooks.com.
And you're big on Facebook, too. So.
Oh, we're big on Facebook. We posted a very funny, listen to us. We think we're funny. We posted a funny book of Lisa Gardner's review yesterday. But
awesome. Right.
Yeah, so we have some fun.
Well, if people love your store, they're going to love your Facebook post because it's all in the same vein. So thank you so much, Laura. Always a pleasure. Lots of fun. Thank you. All right, folks, we'll be back. We have more to come. We're going to try to squeeze one more watch and win, another look at weather forecast, plus the ski report if we can fit it. Stay tuned.